What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria and Fran giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday, except it is just Ria today. Fran is out sick, so it's Ria and the Noah show. And guys, we are giving you whatever vibe you want it to be today. I showed up in my damn pajamas. You want to know why? Because I can. I literally stood in my closet today. I said, what am I going to put on? My hair left it au naturel. You know, I didn't feel like doing it, so we just left it curly. And I was standing in my closet and I said, what should I wear today? What goes with the natural flow? Pajamas. I put on these pajama boxer shorts from Target that my mom got me, and this.
If you want to show it off, maybe stand up, because we only have this camera going.
Oh shit! Do they want to see? I'll give you a little show. They have cherries on them with hearts. Actually, the cherries on them match my cherry tattoo. So I'll just do a quick little thing. Okay. I don't want to be off the mic for too long. We don't want dead air. But I am wearing pajamas and I'm wearing slippers and I was eating Frosted Flakes before and I'm having a coffee. I had 2 hard-boiled eggs. The vibe is cozy, comfy, whatever the hell you want it to be, okay? Because it's Wednesday. And maybe you woke up today, maybe you were in a good mood. Maybe you were in a fine mood. You're like, oh, it's another day. Or maybe you were in a bad mood, okay? There's so many levels where everybody listening could have woken up in any single kind of mood today. And today's whatever you want it to be with the Ria and Noah show. All right, Noah, how are we feeling?
Good. You know, obviously my story was so good that I got the call back.
Yeah, honestly, your story was so good. We said, Fran, you could sit this one
you know
out.
what? Take the week off.
You rest, baby girl. Noah's got this covered.
Don't worry, I can fill time.
Yes, if we need to fill time, Noah has a whole other story for us because Noah had a little run-in with the law.
Yeah, I woke up in a frightful mood today.
Frightful?
Yeah.
Fearful?
Frightful? Is that a word?
The weather outside is frightful.
Yeah, it is. That's how it felt.
That was you today.
Honestly, the past day since I got back, honestly, from San Francisco and checked my mail, I've basically thought my life is over and that I'll be behind a jail bar soon enough.
Okay. Yes, because you are a very
basically
you are crazy.
Yeah.
We know from your weekend story you're just out of control.
I'm crazy. No, I think we talked about it on the podcast whenever it first came up about jury duty, and I think I was asked. I really hope no one's listening to this from, like, the courts.
Do you want to sum it up, or do you want to tell another 30-minute story?
No, I won't. But basically, I had asked, like, people, what should I do to get out of it, blah, blah, blah. I'd say the overwhelming majority of responses was, like, just ignore it. Nothing will ever happen. I ignore it all the time. Like, they can't do anything. They can't prove. But, like, they'll never check. People
gave you bad advice.
So I had ignored it a couple times since then. Been like a bit, God, and now I'm like, I threw it in the trash. Like, when like
you're in the weeds again. Yeah. Get out. You threw your mail in the trash.
I threw the summons, the last couple, in the trash, and thought it was fine. I was like, they're not going to do anything. They kept sending it, and they kept being like, you ignored the last one. Here's another one. And I'm like, whatever.
It feels like the more this story goes on, the more honesty comes to front here. So keep going.
Yeah. And I really don't want to repeat another long story. So basically, fast forward to...
we are ready.
I came home on Sunday night and checked my mail, and this envelope was different because it had like... It made it seem like it was from the commissioner of whatever jury thing. Like, it wasn't just a general thing. I was like, oh, God, what is this? Opened it up, and yep, it was a very serious note of, like, you have to come in. Basically saying I'll either get a huge fine, which they've already said, but this time, like, it was kind of more an emphasis on, like, the imprisonment possibility, or, like, me getting a criminal contempt charge and all this other stuff. So, yeah, I thought that was it for me. So went into the court today, which, by the way, is, like, very intimidating because it's just that, like, giant building. It's the type of buildings that you see, like, P. Diddy and those type of people, like, walk out of or walk into. Like, they were, you know, and there I am walking in. And, I had to answer for my non-compliance. I had to either admit non-compliance or ask for a hearing. And I didn't ask for a hearing.
You admitted.
I never actually said the words, but she was basically like, she brought me over to this desk and was like, so what happened? Why'd you miss it? And I had all these, I was talking to lawyers, by the way. Like, I was reaching out to anyone I knew for advice. And I was maybe going to play certain cards. And I said, you know what? I should just be honest and say, I was like, I don't have any real good excuses. Like, I just, yeah. And she was nice enough to waive the non-compliance. I feel like this has gone on too long already.
Yeah, honesty is the best policy. We're glad that you're free.
Yeah.
We're glad you're not a criminal.
And I will be doing
happy.
jury duty later in the year.
Okay, good.
Otherwise, I might go to jail. So
yeah, no, you won't. You'll be attending jury duty. I'm very, very glad that you got this covered because it was looming over your head. It's a whole thing. It sucks when you got something looming over your head. Honestly, this reminds me of your honesty right now. Reminds me of a time when I went to go visit my nono in Florida, just me. It was just me. Nobody else came with me. Went to visit him. And at 4:00 in the morning, he was driving me to the airport and he turned to me. It was silence. He turned to me and said, I got to tell you something. I said, what? He admitted to me that he did, in fact, hit a car. That he had told us that a car hit him. He got into an accident. It was the other people's fault. Whole big thing. He decided he was going to bestow upon me the information that he hid from the rest of my family.
Injured.
What? No, that he is the one who caused the accident and he hit their car. He said, I gotta get it off my chest. I gotta tell you something. I hit them. And I said, oh my God, Nono, you're telling me this?
It feels good to get it off your...
Right, and you go to somebody, and right now I'm that person, and then I was that person for my Nono. So I'm glad that you feel a little bit free and you got it off your chest, and now you won't have anything looming over your head besides going to the jury duty.
Which is fine, you know.
Don't push it off again. You got to go, bro.
No, I got to go.
You're grown. You're grown. You're a grown man.
They want me bad. They want me bad. You know what's crazy?
They want to throw your ass in the slammer.
I got my parents' house, which is in Westchester County.
Yeah.
Yesterday, they summons me in that county. Like, separate from this.
They want
me.
They want you. They think you're a great civilian in this world, and they want you to serve.
I'm playing hard to get. I feel like that's why. Like,
yeah, and they're honestly being a little bit pathetic.
So yeah,
they're being a little bit thirsty towards you.
What's it called? Story? A cautionary tale. Don't ignore the jury summons. Okay, I'm just telling you, they'll come after you.
That's a beautiful way to put it. A cautionary tale.
Yeah,
I love that. Great way to sum it up. How are we feeling otherwise?
Good.
Your newfound fame from the big story the other night.
Yeah.
People stopping you on the street. You're the guy with the long story.
Tell me a story.
Please, sir, will you tell me a story?
You better tune in for the jury duty story.
My God.
People are going to be pissed. Well, that was only like a couple minutes.
I know. That was like 7 minutes.
The thing is, you guys, like, I feel like I'm expecting to be cut off. And when I'm not cut off, I just keep rambling.
Yeah, well,
and,
we're not
going
to just... I'm cutting you off right now, but... I'm going to let you tell your story. I wish I had some interesting stories going on right now. Yesterday was the most bored I've been since I was probably a child. I'm not going to lie. I don't get bored often. I always find, I'm usually, at home with Matt. We always find something to do. We go on our walks every night. I'm always entertained. We watch a little TV. There's always something going on. He's in Boston filming something. With some football players. I said, please don't get hurt because I think these football players are literally tackling him to the ground. That's a whole other story. I said, please don't get hurt. Yesterday, I was a level of bored I didn't even know existed anymore. I was like, oh my God.
I could tell.
Yeah, I know. I was sending everybody old pictures, was going down that route. Nobody was entertained. Everyone stopped answering.
Some of them were.
Some of them, but then everyone stopped answering. And I said,
yeah.
All right, I'm going to clear the floor here. I'm not going to talk anymore. And it seems like that was the way to go.
Is there anything worse than sending something that, maybe you're high and you think it's, the funniest thing ever, and then no one responds?
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there should I not have sent that?
Right. You're like, wait, now I regret everything I ever sent.
Literally every day.
Yeah. And that was me. I was just bored yesterday, and I went on such a long walk, and I said, after this walk, I'm going to get some soft serve ice cream. There's nothing better than a vanilla chocolate with sprinkles swirl from a little truck, They got Mr. Softy. Around my area, they have Mr. Sanchez. There's dueling ice cream trucks. And I said, I'm going to go on a really long walk and I'm going to get ice cream after it. Came back, finished my walk. There was no trucks. There was no trucks. It was around 7 o'clock. What do you mean it's the perfect time for ice cream trucks?
What's your go-to?
My go-to truck?
Like order. No, order.
I just said vanilla chocolate swirl with sprinkles.
Okay. You don't switch it up ever?
Sometimes
you never in the mood for a snow cone?
One time I made the mistake of getting a snow cone. I got a snow cone and I said, I wish I had my swirl.
Yeah.
You know when you switch it up and you're like, I should have just went with the original.
Cherry dip?
I was never a cherry dip gal.
That's my go-to.
That's your go-to? Yeah, well, it doesn't matter because the trucks didn't exist. I didn't get my ice cream. I went home and I made a smoothie bowl. Ugh.
Well, I would have ordered something probably.
Well, in the summer, I feel like you can't get ice cream delivered. You know what I mean?
Because it'll melt?
Yeah, it's like not the same.
It's not the same, but you could have definitely ordered ice cream.
I definitely could have, but
They got to be like...
No, I've ordered ice cream before, but...
I'm saying, you don't think they carry it in like...
they do in freezer bags. Yeah, of course. But it's just not the same, you know? It's not like walking up to that truck.
There must be an ice cream...
Chasing it down the street. No, don't leave yet!
Place, like an ice cream
There's
store.
tons of ice cream places around, but not the soft serve I was looking for. So I made a smoothie bowl, and that was that. And then I watched The Perfect Match, which is really not a fantastic show. Have you ever watched?
No, I've never watched. I don't even know like the premise. Well, I know that they're all from like different shows.
They're all from different reality shows. I do enjoy seeing Juliet Porter back on the screen. She is from Siesta Key, if people don't know who she is. And she's very entertaining. I think she's really good in her confessionals.
Clayton.
Mm-hmm. Clayton's on.
People were saying, by the way, that we should have Clayton teach us how to dance.
Oh, no. I'll pass. We have a professional.
We do.
We have a professional stepping in. I'm really excited for that, by the way.
So do you think that...
I actually go in waves.
Do you think that we get to pick the song or no?
I think so.
Should we like pick one like ahead of time?
We should.
And like maybe tell her in advance.
Yeah, what would be your go-to? This was like when we were in the car driving to the Hamptons, and I asked everybody what their walkout song would be. And Noah hit me with Trademark USA by Baby Keem.
That was just the first thing that came to mind, and I've thought about that being a walkout song before, when I'm high, pretending.
It's a great song, and it gets you hyped up. But I can't play it, but I will speak.
It's more about well, let me just say before you read the lyrics, it's more about the vibe of the song and like
the beat of it,
oomph
of
the song.
Oomph, yes,
not the lyrics. I wasn't saying, let me walk out to the song that best describes me.
Right. Because when you chose this song, I just was kind of knocked off my feet in shock when the first words I heard were trademark on that pussy, trademarking my brand new bitch. And
yeah, listen,
those
words would never come out of my mouth.
No,
like,
it didn't feel natural.
No.
But this is like your alter ego. You're
not
fighting
even alter ego. It's just like you put the song on, and it's like, yeah, like it gets you fired up.
It does. But all of a sudden, I said, "Oh my god, trademark on that pussy! What are we doing here?"
What song did you choose again?
What did I choose? I was in an Aussie phase. I was mourning, and I was in an Aussie phase,
but like most rap songs, I wouldn't say like I can necessarily really relate to. So if I'm picking a rap song, like there aren't that many where I'd be like, this. No.
You
think of Noah, you think of this.
For sure. We're not really relating to any of them, but it just was shocking at first.
It's a harsh start to the song.
It just was like, oh my God, whoa. No, I didn't know you were listening to this on your spare time.
I actually don't listen to that often, but it's a good song, you know.
It is a good song, honestly. That I do get what you were saying, though. It's a choice that'll get you hyped up. Back to The Perfect Match, though, for a second. Don't know how we got left off there, but Clayton. Sometimes I'm watching these shows and I go, how are we in its third season? You know, that's sort of how.
Someone's watching.
Me. Yeah. Like, I'm continuing to watch, although it feels like low budget. You know,
Does
like
it? Like the
no, not the quality. Or? Like, it's like the challenge that they're partaking in and stuff. I'm like, it doesn't even seem like they're trying because they don't think that there's a big reward for this show.
What is the reward?
I don't know.
Or like, what's the end goal here? Like, you leave with someone and
Yeah.
Is there like a prize?
Well, people have ended up together. Specifically on the season, 2 people are engaged. But
See
it
how
takes
long that
so long for it to come out.
Oh, that's the thing. That's the part of the show, yeah. Because I remember like every season
Like-
you see people like after the show
Right.
is filmed and you're like, what?
And by the way, I fucked up his name. I called him Lewis for the majority of Monday's
Louis?
podcast. His name's Louis. And he's on this season, but we know
he's on this season?
He's on this season of Perfect Match. So we know that whoever he ends up with, he's not with.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think it takes too long to come out. But it's entertaining enough to throw on in the background.
I think they, like in 5 years, there won't be any reality shows that are like on a delay like that. It's got to be happening like in real time.
They're going to like...
Bachelor in Paradise. Like think about how much better Bachelor in Paradise would be if we knew it was happening right now.
I know, but honestly, the big prize now with Bachelor in Paradise, they've really upped it. 500,000.
Disney's like, we are putting everything into the season.
We are throwing every dollar into Bachelor in Paradise. Got to catch up on that as well because I actually am interested in this season and I do want to know like how it ends up. But that's a big load of cash.
I mean, compared to Love Island, like,
Yeah.
which is way more popular.
That's one of the bigger prizes on a reality show, right?
But is it so? How do you win?
Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
I have to catch up. That's what I'm saying.
But,
Like,
you
I
don't
only
know.
heard about it. It only started last week that they revealed the big prize.
And then I'm assuming it's going to be like a split.
Yeah, like a split decision type of deal. So
That would be awesome if someone took the money.
I know we need someone to pull bananas on one of these romantic shows.
I feel
one
like
of these
it
love
never
shows.
happens.
No, I mean it's happened on the challenge, but that's the
Because
challenge.
I
It's
don't
not
I don't even
romantic.
think it's about hurting the person's feelings or what. It's really just the public react. Like you would be throwing away like your career on social media because everyone would hate you for that.
Right, and you wouldn't know if people hate the other person enough for you to take their money.
But
they'd
if
be
you're
cheering you on.
winning, then like clearly America likes you.
Right,
both.
but not in Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, it's
because
different.
Bachelor in Paradise is not live, so think about it.
Oh, true.
You're thinking about Love Island.
Yeah, it's not a fan thing.
It's not a fan
Oh, so
thing.
who decides?
So they're just going off, you know what I mean? I have to catch up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty behind. So I'm excited to catch up on that. And there isn't so much going on in the pop culture world right now, but we do have VMA nominations. We have more stories from Scheana Shay. Maybe there'll be a second book.
Every week
I
there's
know Noah has a lot to
new
say about
A-list
this.
celebrity.
I
that
want to
she's
dive a little bit
dealt with.
deeper into Nicola Peltz and Victoria Beckham not being able to stand each other anymore. And I want to do a little Bravo talk, a little catch up. Denise Richards filming Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Kim Zolciak spending all her daughter's money. And the Valley reunion was on last week. I watched it and I forgot to talk about it on Weekly Watch Report. And we have the Pop Corner. So let's get into some topics. Let's get into the Pop Corner. Let's have a hell of a show, ladies and gentlemen. And let's get comfy, cozy, and ride the wave of the Noah and Ria show. This episode is brought to you by McDonald's. Right now in front of me, I have McDonald's breakfast. I have sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. I got hotcakes in the bag. I got a McMuffin, and I got 2 hash browns because one is just never enough. You obviously have to have put one on the sandwich and then one to eat on the side. McDonald's breakfast is the best. There's so many options. I just mentioned a couple right in front of me. These are my favorites. The hotcakes with syrup, to die for. Sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, my go-to. McMuffin, you get a bacon, egg, and cheese. And then, of course, the staple, the one and only McDonald's hash brown. You can never go wrong, but you can go wrong if you wake up and miss McDonald's breakfast, which you do not want to do. So make sure you're waking up in time because it's time for McDonald's breakfast. We're going to get into all the VMA nominations and the other things I mentioned, but I want to start off with some Bravo talk because on Monday, I forgot to mention that I did watch the first part of the Valley reunion that was on last week. Now, when you're listening to this on Wednesday, the second part would have aired. I assume it's going to be a continuous Jackson Brittany fight, so we can kind of talk about it from there. Last week, wow, we saw why these two people should never ever be in the same vicinity, even though they have to co-parent. Jax Taylor should never be allowed on our TV screens ever again. I think we've known that, but there were some crazy things said back and forth. Brittany said that she wouldn't touch Jax's dick with a 10-inch pole. I think she meant 10-foot pole. Because 10-inch pole,
Was she trying to make a joke about the size of it?
I mean, that wouldn't be a joke. 10 inches would be quite big. You know what I mean? 10-inch dick would be big. You know?
Either way, it's a compliment.
I don't think it's a diss.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
That's true.
So I think she meant to say, I think Jax and Brittany struggle with getting sayings correct. I think we see that on the show. So I think she said 10-inch pole. I think she meant 10 foot, because 10-inch, she'd get fairly close, but she's not touching it. She'd look at it, but she's not touching it. And then Jax was like, that's not what you were saying. You said you wanted to hook up one last time, which he just disgusts me, because he's so in the wrong, but he can't just be in the wrong. He has to just like throw digs out there as well. Like when Brittany was talking about how she lost her sparkle, and Jax is like, again with the word sparkle. Like, he can't just accept that he's doing these things wrong. He has to just throw little digs out there. He's dissing who Brittany's hooking up with, and you left condoms all over the place. She's like, at least I use them. Once again, calling Jax a dirty dick and all these things. And he really is disgusting, Jax. He really just is a disgusting piece of shit. And we've seen this for years, and he can't seem to make a change, and it just goes on. And they're in just a nasty legal battle because they've prolonged their divorce. It's not finalized yet. I saw recently that when Brittany was on Watch What Happens Live, she talked about it and said it's kind of both their fault that they didn't submit the things that need to be submitted. On this, it was kind of Jax's fault. And then on top of all the wild things were thrown out about each other on television, Brittany brings up that Jax pushed her into a bush and that everyone has seen it. Now, why he's still allowed on our TV screens after literal abuse, I do not understand. Pushing Brittany into a bush? I mean, what? Like, it is really out of control. It's reached past the point of, well, no, we still, obviously, when they're going at each other with these, 10-inch pole sayings and the sparkle and the thing, we find it entertaining. But then at the same time, you're like, this is so unhealthy to have on TV at this point between these two. Like, we've seen their entire lives unfold.
Imagine being their kids growing up to watch this show.
No, it's insane. We've seen every part of Jax Taylor's life on TV, and Brittany's now in Jax's life, and it is just not good. There's no other way to describe it. It's awful. It's terrible.
Was Jax like this terrible at the very beginning of Vanderpump Rules?
Yes, he was.
So no one ever liked him.
No,
like
but
fans.
people he was terrible, and he would cheat on every girlfriend, and he, was out of control. But I think everyone knew he was bad, and they kind of just were like, oh, this is typical douchebag on reality TV. When it then became his wife and kid, I think it became more serious. Like, it was always serious, but now it's like, okay, well, this is like really, talking about his addiction and all that. Like, it's really, really serious. I also saw on TikTok, somebody got a cameo from Jax, and it was for somebody who lost a parent. And Jax talks about losing his dad. And in the cameo, he's like, it's been 6 years, it doesn't get better. I'm like, what? Like, enough of Jax. We've seen enough of him. We've really seen enough of him. So that reunion, although some people found it boring, I thought it was wild to still watch them two go at it. And then the part 2 had been last night. So if you're listening, you probably saw the part 2. I don't know if anything crazy happens in that one. More Bravo. Denise Richards was seen filming Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, people believe, in the midst of her nasty divorce that's going on right now. She was seen filming with Sutton and Erica. Listen, Denise is a wild one. And every time she's on Beverly Hills, it is captivating. It is. Whatever goes on, you're scratching your head. You don't know what you're watching, but you are entertained with Denise Richards on Real Housewives. So I'm a little excited for that because it makes things a little interesting. And then the last Bravo thing I want to touch on, Kim Zolciak Want to Watch What Happens Live last week. We didn't touch on this, but she did admit to using her daughter's earnings to pay for their bills, which we saw. Kim Zolciak, I'm pretty sure allegedly had a bit of a gambling problem. She, they were selling their things that they own. This was going on for quite some time when all their relationship issues were public. So that's going to be tough for the kids. Your mom using all your earnings, got to pay for the bills. And
how do their kids earn money?
Well, Ariana was on Next Gen, and she talked about, making money from social media. Brielle, the same thing. Like, they've been in the spotlight for years and have made money from social media. And they also had their own show at one point. So it's like, I think the nasty divorce between Kim and Kroy, Kim lost everything. She had no money and used Ariana's money to pay for bills and things like that. But it's got to be quite a drop and really disorienting when they were on such a high, years and years ago, making so much money, being on TV, getting your own show, all of that, to then where they're at now. And now Ariana's on Next Gen. And I don't know if Next Gen will be picked up again. Listen, I think Next Gen is like one of the worst shows ever. I really do. I don't think they're ready to be Next Gen. I've said it before. I think they come from interesting parents, and they may be interesting in their own right as well. But from what they displayed on the show, I wasn't so captivated. I wasn't so entertained by them. So would I be like, leading the charge of like, yeah, give us a next season? No. There are people out there watching it though. Like it is talked about on social media. Why? I have no idea.
So the show is just them like in the city. Just
and like following their own endeavors and what they do.
Why don't they just cast it with brand new people?
I think they should
it's just a Nepo baby show.
Yeah. And I honestly think, fuck the Next Gen show. Why don't you actually just take New York City influencers and give them a show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they are so talked about. They're still big on TikTok. Some of it is like, oh, wow, you like that. Some of it you scratch your head at. You're like, why are they posting this? I think that would be a good reality show to follow. The Next Gen, I'm just like, some of them are just have the personalities of The Wall. If I'm being completely honest, that's how I feel about it. But there are people who are entertained by it. Also, on the same topic of shows coming back, I saw Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers were on Watch What Happens Live talking about Las Culturistas and the awards. Matt Rogers wants to know, he, went on his whole rant about wanting to know what's happening with Real Housewives of New Jersey because, we left off on the season. We never got a reunion. Andy said it's close. It's close to figuring out. Matt Rogers said his idea would be to have Teresa have her own show with Louis and then have all the rest of the women together. I'm aligned with that. I'm aligned with it. I think there is a show there without Teresa. I think Teresa could have her own show with Louis and even put Gia on that show. Stop Next Gen and put Gia on a show with Teresa and Louis following their lives. People would watch that. They'd go nuts over that. And then have New Jersey be with the rest of the ladies. So we'll see. Andy said it is close to being figured out. There were all those talks about Dolores being on Rhode Island and, being a friend of there. So we'll see. But I think we were robbed of not having, number one, a reunion of that last season that we saw of New Jersey because it would have been explosive.
Is that why they didn't have it though? It would have been too explosive.
Yes, that's what they were saying. That apparently, like, it would have just been so bad that they couldn't even have it. But that's good. That's good
Since
TV.
when is that?
I mean, remember the days of Jersey Shore, The Challenge, all these explosive fights that were aired out on TV. I was watching reruns of Jersey Shore recently where it's the episode in the first season where Ron gets into that street fight and he's like, one shot, bro.
Yeah.
One shot, bro. And this guy, they're filming, the MTV cameras are filming this guy on the ground, knocked out. They couldn't do that now. Oh my God. Can you imagine?
I'm trying to think of a parallel right now. It'd be like like Rob from Love Island just knocks someone out on the street. Like,
and then they film it and they zoom in on the guy on the floor on Beyond the Villa. They're like,
Beyond the Villa. We just got Connor punching people on the street.
Yeah, and then they film it. Like, great television, but oh my God.
I stopped watching that, by the way.
Beyond the Villa.
I think I'm done.
It's a background show.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's a background
and
show.
now, like, just with everything that's happening, I feel like I can't be invested in, like, what happened so long ago. Like, no one cares about that.
Yeah, if they had the cameras going now, it would be a different story, but it was only a mere couple months ago.
They must be, like, so much is happening with that group now.
Yeah.
Like,
it's true.
Like,
it's been, for the past week, there's been a lot happening. But yeah, you think back to those old shows of, like, even The Challenge, we would see when someone got kicked off the show. You know, like, they would get into a massive fight. The producers would step in. We'd see the producers on screen dragging their asses out, telling them to pack up and getting their asses off the screen. We don't see that now. We just hear, oh, they left due to personal reasons. Like, we're not seeing the action. And I don't know, it's probably safer this way that they're not filming people getting into fights and brawls on the street. But that was the golden age of reality television. So with New Jersey, golden age of New Jersey was when Teresa was flipping tables. You're scared of a little explosion at a reunion? Meanwhile, we had Teresa in the early seasons flipping tables? Come on.
Yeah, it's like there wouldn't be any physical violence like at a reunion.
Here's the thing.
Restrain her.
With New Jersey, they hate each other so much that you never know. But, like, just show us, restrain them. Have some bodyguards, have security.
Say, like, you're going to get fined this amount if you
if there's any physical fight. There used to be way more, and I don't condone it. I'm not condoning physical fighting whatsoever. There just used to be so much more on reality TV. It was insane. I understand why they implemented rules because it was out of control.
Yeah, going into those things, I wouldn't be looking for that. I'd rather just see them like yell at each other.
Right. We don't want. It's like it gets uncomfortable when it gets physical.
When it's uncomfortable when you think that someone could actually.
Yeah. Right. We just want them to fight with their words.
Yeah.
Be screaming.
Remember that time on Bachelor in Paradise?
Holding them back from a safe distance from me to you.
Yeah. Who was that on Paradise that one season where he like body slammed someone? And remember that? There were 2 people and one of them body slammed the other. And then I don't remember if they got kicked off or not, but it was like just very uncomfortable to watch.
I don't recall that. I'm looking it up now.
You don't remember that? I think it was the season. Was it the season like Dylan and them were on? Maybe.
Jordan and Christian?
Yeah.
And yes. And they fought over the piñata.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yes.
Even then, they like kind of teased that body slam like throughout the season, I feel like.
Yeah, I just don't think now,
God, reality TV's soft now.
No, but I honestly think like the rules had to be put into place because things get out of control. But it's just, you go back and you watch those early seasons of Jersey Shore and you're like, how did any of this get aired? How did any of this get aired on TV? God bless me. It's fucking summer, Moving on, we'll stay on the topic of Bravo while we're here. We'll talk about Scheana Shay. She went on Not Skinny But Not Fast podcast, talked a little bit about the roster of Hollywood men that she had some rendezvous with. And on top of that, mentioned maybe having something with 2 stars in The Notebook. Amanda asked if it was Ryan Gosling, and Scheana Shay wouldn't confirm or deny.
It's probably like an extra.
I'm just, she's throwing John Mayer's name into every book, every interview. You sleep with Ryan Gosling, no mention of it. You know what I mean?
Married.
Like, yeah, is she protecting the fact because Ryan Gosling is married?
I don't think she cares.
I think other people are in relationships that she's mentioned. So I'm just.
Who else was in that movie that would be like notable at all? The Notebook.
James Marsden.
James Marsden.
Maybe she slept with James Marsden.
Kevin Connolly.
Well, she also talked about being an extra on Entourage. And she slept with Adrian Grenier, so maybe Kevin Connolly too.
She's knocking off the whole cast of Entourage.
Iconic. No, I don't know. I just thought it would be interesting that Ryan Gosling would be a name that she did not mention. Because Ryan Gosling would be the first name I mentioned.
Or she's just trying to get like, this is being talked about as a possibility, but if it didn't happen.
Right. Because if you slept with Margot Robbie, she's the first person you're naming when people ask you, who have you hooked up with?
The best case scenario here is like Ryan Gosling has to say like, I don't know who this is. I've never, and then her name is in the news.
You're right. That's good marketing. That is
maybe
true.
It was Rachel McAdams. I don't know.
That's true. Could be.
Maybe it was Gina Rollins.
You're naming the entire cast.
Yeah.
It could be. But I just think if you hooked up with Ryan Gosling, you're naming Ryan Gosling.
But yeah.
But is he almost too famous to name?
He's not like that much more famous than he is that much more famous than John Mayer.
Like,
but they're both like
are you not naming Ryan Gosling because you're scared of being hit with a lawsuit? Whereas like you have John Mayer, Andy, the connection. Maybe John's not sending you anything.
Yeah, I mean, like if she's making it up, then. But if she didn't say his name, then
true.
There's nothing.
It could not be Ryan Gosling, but I think if you're asked, did you sleep with Ryan Gosling, and you say I can't confirm or deny,
then I lean no.
No, I would lean. If you asked me, did I sleep with Ryan Gosling? No. Like I wouldn't sit there being like, I can't confirm or deny.
But that's what she's doing. She loves the like.
True, you're right. This is why there are people better at marketing out there than myself. You're right, because the smart play would be to have people guessing.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm like, no, I didn't sleep with Ryan Gosling. Nobody's guessing that.
No.
I guess you could do that about literally any celebrity.
like ask me if I slept with Sydney Sweeney. I can't
confirm or deny.
Can't confirm or deny.
Yeah, I guess you could do that literally about anybody.
Yeah.
Interesting. Here I am thinking she definitely slept with
No
Ryan
one in
Gosling.
Hollywood is safe from her.
from
no A-list actors or musicians, watch out.
From being mentioned in a book.
From her insinuating that you guys have had past relations. No one is safe.
Oh shit. Moving on. Nicola Peltz and Victoria Beckham. We talked about the renewal of the vows, and there's more that comes out every single day about this family and these two. But now it's being quoted that they can't stand each other. And I was talking about this before we started recording, and I love my mother-in-law. Seriously, like I love hanging out with her. We were just together this weekend, having laughs, drinking wine. Every time we go on vacation, we tell them to come because we're going to dinner on Thursday. Like
she's a good time. I've hung out with her.
Yeah, they like my in-laws. They are a blast in a glass, and they're just so easy to talk to and so fun. And I love them. But I was like, it is kind of chic to like hate your mother-in-law. You know what I mean? Like Nicola Peltz.
It's a pastime.
Yeah, it's like Nicola Peltz hating Victoria Beckham. Like that's so old Hollywood. That's so old money. It's just like, I fucking can't stand my cunty mother-in-law.
Yeah.
It's just like, what, you know what I mean? Like,
but
it's
almost also
the
same way opposite too. Like,
yeah, I can't stand my daughter-in-law.
Yeah.
It's like a rite of passage when you're that rich, I feel like,
Yeah.
And it's something I can't relate to, like I said, because I don't want my mother-in-law to hear this and go, oh my God, she's saying it's like, no.
I wish I hated my mother.
No, no, I fucking love her and she knows that. But I feel like in the Hollywood world, when Nicola's getting like drinks with her girls and she's going to lunch and she's like, oh, my mother-in-law is such a cunt, and she uses cunt because Victoria's British.
Meghan Markle felt too.
Yeah, like it's
well, actually not Diana. That would be grandmother-in-law.
Yeah, but it's just like it's just a pastime. They have their little cigarettes, their skinny little cigarettes. They're having a glass of red, and they're sitting there, and they're just like, my mother-in-law is such a fucking cunt.
The rest of the family's on the mom's side, of course.
Oh, I mean, they're on Victoria's side.
Yeah.
All of Nicola's friends are like, you're right, she's such a bitch. Like, how could she do that to you? Ugh,
I didn't realize she was from Westchester, by the way. That's where I'm from.
Nicola?
Yeah. I was looking it up the other day.
Have you slept with her?
cannot. I'll have to look through my book.
Yeah.
my unwritten memoir.
Your long list. No, but you get what I'm saying though? It's just like, and then when Victoria's with the other Beckham, she's like Brooklyn's wife. Ugh. You know, it's just a pastime in the old money Hollywood world that we can't relate to.
Yeah. No, that story of like the wedding of like the most beautiful girl in the room. I think it's probably less of him saying it and more of like how she reacted, like how Victoria reacted
Victoria
to it, because
gets up there,
Victoria
like,
could have easily been like, no, like,
right. Victoria could have been like, no, it's my daughter-in-law Nicola, you know. But Victoria's getting up there like she won an Oscar.
Yeah,
she's like, yes, that's me. I'm posh, and I'm the most beautiful woman in the world. Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I know that we've talked about this before, but I don't think we've talked about it enough. I think it could be talked about ad nauseum. I think this topic can be. You ever have a topic with your friends that you could just beat into the ground? Like maybe every time you see them, you talk about it, and you're like,
"Oh yeah,
we've been talking about this since 2013."
Yeah,
I got my friends from high school. We could talk about the same thing that happened to us in 2012 every single time we're together, and it never gets old. This is the sort of topic to me.
I feel like David Beckham, one, is like the coolest guy ever. Like I feel like every guy would strive to be that cool.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Victoria Beckham, I feel like he has no spine. Like he will just do whatever she says at this point.
I feel like they've lived enough life together where he's messed up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and it was public.
Like, yeah. She wears the pants in that house, I think.
Well, I think that they are just a powerful duo. They are like just a powerful couple. And if you marry into that family.
It's like the royal family.
Yeah, almost. But I think like marrying into that family has to be intimidating.
Yeah.
But then you get to your wedding. And I think Nicola's family also is like very, very, very wealthy.
I'm sure they are.
I feel like I've read something.
How did they meet?
Well, she's an actress.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. So I feel like they probably just ran in similar circles.
What has she been in?
Bates Motel. You ever watch that show?
No.
I loved Bates Motel.
No. The Last Airbender. Oh, Holiday? I watched that. I don't remember her in that.
Yeah.
Deck the Halls. Wow.
The family's wealth comes from Nelson Peltz, a billionaire investor and businessman.
Oh my God.
So you got two very, very, very wealthy families clashing here. And we need a movie on it.
This sounds like a movie.
It sounds like a movie. I could see this scene in a movie played by these exact people. Like Nicola Peltz is playing the wife and Victoria Beckham is playing the nasty mother-in-law. But this just happens to be real life. It's not a movie.
Yeah. Wow. I'm just looking at her Wikipedia right now.
Nicola?
We have so much in common. Had a bar mitzvah in Westchester. Yeah. I lean to siding with her in this, knowing not much.
With the Mark Anthony story, I'm fully on.
It sounds like she's being ganged up on.
I'm fully on Nicola's side here. Your wedding day, Mark, and then Victoria gets up there like she's the belle of the ball.
I'm just picturing the fights that that Brooklyn and his parents have had over this, like behind the scenes.
God, I would love to be a fly on the wall for that. I know it's messed up because this is actually their real life family, but when you have so much money and power come into play, you're just like, what are those fights like? You know?
Yeah.
It's a different level.
They have like a messenger, like a middleman.
Yeah, like they're not even
together, like directly.
No, they're not even communicating. Very interesting, though. The more that comes out, the more interested I get. I would love if there's any insiders out there that know anything about the feud between this family.
I'll hit up the people I know in Westchester. See if we can get any dirt.
See what the rumblings are around there. I don't know, but damn, can't stand each other. They're going to dinner. Oh, I gotta tell you about my mother-in-law. Well, they're not doing it in that accent, but you get what I'm. It's more posh. It's more.
Her though, she just sounds like a normal girl from Westchester.
But I keep doing it in an accent that would be how I would do it. If I
Yeah,
really
she's
want,
probably like my
if I really
mom.
want to play it up.
Oh, Brooklyn's mom's such a bitch. Like, that's probably what she's saying.
Yeah, I think she's using the C word because she's British. Not Nicola.
No,
Victoria's British.
Victoria, yeah.
So I feel like it almost flies. It's like,
You
why
think they use that more?
Why use bitch when you can use cunt?
You think that's like more used in Europe or
in British?
like
In Britain? British. In the UK?
Yeah.
They love the word cunt.
Yeah, I guess.
They love it.
Yeah,
That's like
it's more taboo
that's like
here.
saying shit.
Yeah.
Oh, cunt. You know,
Yeah,
that's like
true.
flies off the tongue.
That's
I know that's a very harsh word for some people to hear.
It is, but like
so I
don't know why. Like there's so many bad words that people use all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That word stings. Like
it does sting. And I don't use it often, and I'm sorry if it's a Wednesday and you're listening, you're trying to be comfy and cozy like I expressed in the beginning of this podcast, and all of a sudden I started yelling the word cunt. I'm sorry to throw you off like that. But
I feel like that should be a more
we shouldn't be uncomfortable with it. We should own it. And because now it's like a compliment, like, oh, you're, people like, it's not going to fly off my tongue, but people are like, you're serving cunt. Like, that's so cunty. Like, it is so cunty to hate your mother-in-law, but in a good, not in a cunt way, in like that's chic,
I think if a guy says it, they're like, you should be arrested.
Oh my God, you should be arrested. If you call a woman
just
a cunt,
in general,
you should be
but
arrested
if you
on the
call
spot.
someone, yeah, like you're done.
Yeah, they should walk in and put you in handcuffs immediately.
Yeah.
Oh my God, no. But that is not a word I use really, but I have, if I've really, really felt that way about somebody, I've been like, no. That person's a cunt.
It's been my go-to of like, the only time I ever use it, I think, is if I stub my toe. No, I swear. Fucking.
Yeah, you motherfucking cunt, bitch. Yeah, no, really. If you hit your elbow, you stub your toe.
By myself, I wouldn't say in like if I stub my toe in public. In my apartment.
No, but I think every girl out there listening, you have an excuse to call at least one person who really just grinds your gears a cunt behind the scenes.
Like a friend or a guy?
No, you wouldn't call. If you liked them, you wouldn't call them a cunt.
No, but if you were like,
no, I'm saying if I'm talking with my girlfriends, and there's somebody out there that is just a problem, they're a cunt.
Yeah,
we've said the word too many times now, Noah.
I haven't really said it at all.
Okay. You're right. I've said it an uncomfortable amount of times. So let's move on. We're going to move on to the VMA nominations. The VMA nominations were released. We're going to go through them. We'll start off in the top. Video of the Year, Ariana Grande's Brighter Days Ahead, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile, Rose and Bruno Mars, APT, Sabrina Carpenter, Man-Child, The Weeknd, Playboi Carti, Timeless. Right off the bat here, I'm going Not Like Us. But this is personal preference.
Personal preference, and I don't really like, I'm not really familiar with the other ones as much. It does feel like Not Like Us has like been 2 years now. Like,
how's it nominated?
It's just like, I guess the VMAs are a lot later than the other award shows, but it's kind of crazy. Like, it came out well over a year ago.
Yeah, that is true. Birds of a Feather as well came out a while ago.
Yeah, that feels like it's been out forever.
Right, like Man-Child and Birds of a Feather being in the same categories. We talk about this every time we talk about award shows, though. So
it's annoying, though. Like, it should just be. Yeah, I guess that you have to do it when you have people voting, but it's like it should just be way more recent.
It's just confusing. Artist of the Year: Bad Bunny, Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, Lady Gaga, Morgan Wallen, Taylor Swift. The Weeknd. I feel like if Taylor Swift is showing up to the award show, she's winning Artist of the Year. They're
basically like, if you come, you'll win.
That's how I feel. For
anything you want.
I feel that way. Although there was an award show recently where she went and didn't win. Remember?
They're like, we got to make this realistic.
Was it the VMAs last year?
I think it was, wasn't it the Grammys?
Or the Grammys.
Yeah,
it was
she
the
was
Grammys.
Like, who won? Yeah, Beyonce won.
Yes.
And she won, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Song of the Year, Alex Warren, Ordinary, Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather.
Well, who do you think should win Artist of the Year? Like, in your personal
Artist of the Year, in my opinion, I think will go to Beyonce or Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga came out of this with the most nominations, though.
That is, yeah.
So, I would be rooting for Lady Gaga as well. Song of the year, I mentioned the first three: Ed Sheeran, Sapphire; Gracie Abrams, I Love You, I'm Sorry; Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die with a Smile; Lord, What Was That? Rose and Bruno Mars, APT; Tate McRae, Sports Card; The Weeknd, Playboy Cardi, Timeless. That Alex Warren, Ordinary song.
Who is this guy?
Alex Warren, you remember he started off from like the Hype House, basically.
Oh, that's that guy.
And then, but this song
really
became so popular, especially with weddings in the past year. Ordinary was just everywhere. Ordinary.
I feel like he came out of nowhere, and now he's like number one on everything.
Yeah, it's crazy. Best New Artist: Alex Warren, Ella Langley, Gigi Perez, Lola Young, Somber, and the Marias. The Marias.
Yeah.
Best Pop Artist: Ariana Grande, Charlie XCX, Justin Bieber, Lorde, Miley Cyrus, Sabrina Carpenter, Tate McRae.
See, Bieber, it's like that just came out, so that album.
Right. But I can't see Bieber winning that. I think
Really?
every other woman in that category deserves to win more than Justin Bieber does for that Best Pop Artist for this year. As a whole in the world, in all of life's
Yeah, but would you call Miley's
creations.
album like a pop album? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, I worded that incorrectly. I meant like in all of their music they've put out combined, I feel like Justin Bieber really is one of the best pop stars ever. But this past year, I would pick any other woman on that list to beat Justin Bieber.
Even
Especially
Lorde? Didn't she put out like one song this year? There's actually a voicemail about that. I could play it later, but it was kind of like, wasn't it supposed to be the Lorde summer? And then like she put out like one song. What happened? That is true.
Well, that's beside. You get what I'm saying. Yeah. MTV Push Performance of the Year. What? What does push performance mean? These, I guess, were
it's just like live
performances. I'm not going to read everyone. There's a long list there. Best collaboration. We get best pop. There's a lot of repeats. A lot of the same songs nominated.
Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco.
Die with a Smile is nominated a lot. Best Pop Ordinary is also mentioned a lot. APT, Die with a Smile, Man Child again. Best Hip Hop, we got Doechii, Anxiety, Drake, Nokia, Eminem featuring Jelly Roll, Somebody Save Me, Glorilla, Sexy Red, What You Know About Me, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, LL Cool J featuring Eminem, and Travis Scott. I think this one, although I actually hate this song because I love the original Somebody That I Used to Know. And every time Anxiety comes on anywhere and it has that beginning part and I think Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier is about to come on, but then it's just Anxiety, I get very frustrated.
Yeah.
But I would be rooting for Doechii in general. Like, I love her and want her to win all the awards. I just don't personally love that song Anxiety, but it was so big that I could see that winning.
Yeah.
Best R&B, Chris Brown. Chris Brown is still Chris Brown's still going. Residuals, Leon Thomas and Freddie Gibbs, Mutt, Mariah Carey, Type Dangerous, Party Next Door, No Chill, Summer Walker, Heart of a Woman, SZA Drive, The Weeknd, Playboy Cardi, Timeless. Best Alternative, Gigi Perez, Sailor Song, Imagine Dragons, Wake Up, Lola Young, Messy, MGK and Jelly Roll, Lonely Road, Somber, Back to Friends, The Marias, Back to Me. Best Rock, Coldplay, All My Love.
Coldplay's got to win, and then they got to like put a camera on some random couple in the audience.
God, that would be funny. I'm going to mispronounce this. Evanescence, Afterlife,
Evanescence. Yeah, I don't know.
Green Day, One Eye Bastard, Lenny Kravitz, Honey, Linkin Park, The Emptiness Machine, 21 Pilots, The Contract.
Give it to Lenny.
There's a lot of categories this year, and I think a lot of these will be probably not streamed. You know, we always see people winning their awards on the carpet because there really is a lot of categories. Best Album in general, we have Bad Bunny, Kendrick Lamar, Lady Gaga, Morgan Wallen, Sabrina Carpenter, The Weeknd.
It's kind of crazy because Sabrina Carpenter's releasing a new album in like 2 weeks, right?
I forgot about that.
I just saw she posted the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Me. So like this will be old news.
Yeah, so that's a big category, and then there are a ton of other categories as well. The VMAs is always exciting and fun, and they make it, one of the more exciting award shows with a lot of performances and a lot of celebrities coming.
Last year was really good, right?
I did enjoy last year's VMAs. I found it to be entertaining.
I feel like they market it as like what could happen.
They
remember
do.
Everything else that's happened in the past,
right? All before 2013. You know?
Well, they had the Miley and Nicki thing was at VMAs, right, where she like called her out.
Yeah, but that was Miley and Nicki Minaj VMAs was.
Was a Miley Robin Thicke thing at the VMAs too?
Yes, that was also
obviously the Kanye.
Yeah, so it was like early 2010s. The VMAs had a lot of moments. 2015, I think, was Miley and Nicki. Or maybe a little bit before then. 2013 was a big VMAs year. That was the Robin Thicke and Miley Cyrus dancing on stage. That was the whole thing. The VMAs, yeah, I guess you could say what's going to happen, but I don't think we get.
I mean, if Drake, I doubt Drake would go, but if Drake and like then SZA and Kendrick are there, but I doubt that they'd all be at the same.
Right, and I feel like Drake doesn't attend award shows anymore.
He doesn't, but then he's like always posting about like charting and like wanting to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I think he wants to win.
Right, but he's like, I'm not showing up because of the off chance that I don't win.
Also, like, yeah, all these award shows have just been awarding songs that have been shitting on him. So
Lady Gaga walked away with the most nominations, which I'm so happy about. We'll always, always, always be rooting for Lady Gaga and always so happy for her. So happy for her nominations. I think that not as many for Taylor this year, but she was nominated a lot last year.
Because the Tortured Poets, that came out.
Yeah.
That was before last time.
Mm-hmm. So
I feel like she's not going to this unless she is announcing something. Like, unless it's part of some great master
right, but
plan
I think
to,
that
like,
there's no
announce
announcement because she did a whole thing when she got her albums back. She was like,
I know, but like,
you know,
but she has to, like, if she's putting out a new album, like, she's gonna have to make an announcement.
Right,
but
right.
VMAs, I feel like that's not beneath her, but like.
Do you think Kendrick will go?
I doubt it.
Really? He's nominated a lot.
He is, but like, you're gonna go to like the Grammys. I get the Grammys. Like, I don't know.
I feel like with the VMAs, they could be paying people like Kendrick to go.
You think? I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
If you're that big of an artist, I feel like maybe. But I don't know. I could see him maybe not attending this. He might.
He just went to the BET Awards. I think that was it. Recently.
See, this is very excited for like Alex Warren, right?
Oh,
you know, and it is a great accomplishment. Like, he was a TikToker, Hype Pals, YouTube, and then all of a sudden he puts out this song that's an absolute smash hit that people play everywhere. So that is really exciting. The Birds, like, it's another thing where just these songs have just been out for so long that you feel like Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Lady Gaga's put out a whole new album.
Yeah.
So we'll see. VMAs are always fun and entertaining. It's a good night of television. You know, you pop it on, you see some performances. We'll probably see Tate McRae perform. We'll probably see Sabrina Carpenter perform.
My girlfriend Tyla is nominated for Best Choreography. So
Tyla, always a treat to watch her perform. And maybe The Weeknd. Didn't The Weeknd pop on for a performance that confused
he was
everybody?
Like, I'm back after hating the Grammys. Wasn't that the whole thing? Like,
yes.
He hated it, and then now he's back.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Grammy guy apologized to him or something.
Right. That did happen. Yeah, well.
The Weeknd's one of those guys where it's like, he is so insanely big, and he's performing, like, stadiums, and then I'm kind of like, how? Like, there's so many songs that I love of his, but it's like, how did he get this big?
And he still has the most streamed song on Spotify.
Like,
Blinding Lights is the most streamed song on Spotify, only to be beaten out by an Ed Sheeran song, and then another The Weeknd, not beaten out by followed up by Ed Sheeran, and then another Weeknd song. Like, he is just, he's the most streamed artist.
I thought his last album was like him retiring the Weeknd name. Wasn't that a thing? And that was just still the Weeknd.
I honestly feel like that didn't.
He's not gonna go by Abel.
I feel like the artists, they go through like identity crisis, and they're like, oh, this is not, I've been pretending to be the Weeknd and I'm actually Abel, and then it's just songs by Abel don't sell and he goes back to being the Weeknd because he's the #1 streaming artist on Spotify. Why change it up? But I can understand, you know, you've done something for so long, you want to change it up.
I feel like he looked at least the last few albums of like he was playing a character, like the way that he rolled everything out. He was like, that wasn't him. Yeah,
it wasn't Abel. It was the Weeknd. I guess being able, you try to separate the two, but then you just become the Weeknd.
Him and Drake. I mean, Drake has beef with like half the people that are nominated, so like that would be interesting. I don't.
Yeah, I can't see Drake showing up to that. Probably heading off to Turks and Caicos, Miami, one of them.
Yeah,
you know,
he's like been in Europe now performing for a while. So
I did see him on stage actually performing a couple old songs. He did Love Me, he did Fancy, and it was so crazy because did you see the video where he did Fancy? And he was like, you guys don't know this song. And like, they didn't. The crowd
Oh, really?
honestly wasn't. They were singing a lot to Love Me, but they were not singing to Fancy, which really made me feel like,
Old.
oh my God, not old, but I was like, how don't you know? You know what I'm saying? But I guess if you're a certain age.
I mean, some of these people are probably like, weren't even born when that came out.
It's crazy. Like, when did Fancy come out?
That was what, 2010?
2010, 2011?
That was his first
2010.
Album. Yeah, 2010, yeah.
I mean, Thank Me Later is.
That was a great album.
It was fantastic.
Oh.
You're right, because it's 20. There's 15-year-olds going to his show that were born in the year 2010. Oh my God. Can you believe that?
It's basically like, think about when you were born.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was born in 1995. And then that's basically like, who was putting out music in 1980? Like, I couldn't really like, I could tell, I love music from the 70s and 80s, but like, I couldn't really be like, oh, well, this album came out in 1980. Like, it's so before me.
And if you're thinking about it, like, when I started listening to Drake and loving Drake, I was like 14, 15 years old. So now the people that are loving listening to Drake right now, 14, 15, this album came out in 2010.
Yeah.
They don't even know it.
Yeah, they're just like, his last few albums probably.
That's wild to think about. That is really crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
they don't know
that album has so many good songs.
The golden age of Drake.
Yeah, see, I mean, that was the best Drake. It
was the beginning year. I mean, Take Care.
To like 2015.
Going from starting with So Far Gone, which had Best I Ever Had, which was great. Then going to Thank Me Later, fantastic.
Up All Night, great song.
Miss Me, oh my God, like it's endless in this album. Oh, I'm accidentally playing it. Endless, and then you go right into Take Care, and then you go into Nothing Was the Same.
That's my favorite Drake album.
2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, all back to back to back Drake.
Yeah.
Was
even Views.
My favorites. Two of my favorites are If You're Reading This Is Too Late. It's What Time to Be Alive. Very, very like heavy rap, I think.
Yeah.
More so leaning. I'm blown away right now thinking about this, actually.
that there's kids who don't know.
They're right, but that's how, you know what? And that's how people older than us feel about other music. But we all listen to that older music. Yeah. I feel like
there's so much more music now.
Yeah.
Than when we were like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and
it's easier to there's more distractions.
Yeah, more to skip. Like, oh, maybe you're not listening to all the older music because we all love like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, all before the 2000s. I love that kind of music. But I saw a video of a girl who's a gym teacher, and she was playing Paper Planes by MIA.
Oh, I saw this, I think.
Which is a classic.
Classic.
And the people in the class were like, this is cringy, shut this off. This is like, what is this kind of TikTok music playing, whatever?
Yeah, 'cause they thought it was from TikTok because like they heard it on TikTok.
It's just shocking. It's it makes you sad, but I guess that's what happens.
Yeah. No, I feel like every generation doesn't want to be the type to get older and then hate on the music below them, but it's just inevitable.
It is inevitable because
I hear some where I'm like, power to you, but I just don't get it.
Me too.
I feel that way about like Playboy Cardi, and I don't. I'm just like, feels like they're just squealing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like, what is
and then
this?
all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I sound like how my parents sounded. But it's just a natural development because I guess music just goes with time. Although I think, we still get
Oh, there's still
solid.
plenty of great artists and new musicians out there.
For sure.
And, everyone has their own taste.
Definitely. All right. Well, I think that wraps up the VMA nominations, and that wraps up the topics. Today's a comfy, cozy day. Like I said, I have my Abercrombie quarter zip on. It's so comfortable. I have the matching sweatpants too, but it's hot today, so I didn't wear those. I do have my quarter zip on. And as you guys know, besides their amazing sweatshirts, activewear, everything else, Abercrombie loves denim and how denim should feel. They have staple denim fits and are always ahead of the trend. All of Abercrombie's women's jeans are available in Curve Love, which I love because it is so comfortable and has extra additional room through the hip and thigh to eliminate the waist gap. And they also have the classic fit you know and love with a straighter line from waist to hip. I love all of Abercrombie's denim. It's my favorite denim, the shorts, the jeans. There's so many options, sizes for all. It's petite, regular, long for, you know, the length that you want. They have every size. And with the Curve Love, there's so many options. Starting on August 6th, Abercrombie's viral denim sale is back. See what all the hype is about and give your denim collection an upgrade before it's over. Offer valid in stores and online August 6th. 2025 to August 11th, 2025 in U.S., Canada. Excludes clearance. Online price will reflect discount. You can see details online beginning August 6th, 2025. All right, let's get into the pop corner where we're taking your voicemails, your hot takes, your opinions. Noah, start us off and play the first voicemail.
Hi, Ria, Fran, Noah, and Olive. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like in the summer I turned pretty. It has just gotten way too messy. I don't like that Billy has been with Jeremiah for so many years. I know everyone feels this way, but the fact that they've gone as far as getting engaged, I feel like there's no returning for her to then be with Conrad because it just feels too messy. It's kind of like, well, don't date each other's ex. Like, how are you going to redeem this storyline and make it seem like it's totally normal that Conrad is now going to be with his brother's ex-fiance? That's just so messy, and you cannot convince me that in real life a brother is going to be okay with his older brother dating and marrying, or whatever their storyline ends up being, his ex-fiance. It's too messy. I love Conrad. I've been a Conrad stan from the very beginning, but the beginning of the season when she was so overly committed to Jeremiah, I don't know. I can't get behind it. Curious what your guys' take is. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Now, listen, I feel like the best part about this is that it's not real life. And yes, in real life, would any of us be able to get on board with somebody's brother then ending up with their brother's ex-fiance? No. I think we'd all be like, what the fuck is going on? But because we're all so, not all, but a lot of us, most of the time now, our team Conrad will buy whatever story they sell us that ends with Belly and Conrad being together. That's at least where I'm at. I've thrown real life out the window because if this was real life, I would be like, what the hell is this girl Belly doing with both brothers? Like that's how I would be talking about this. And listen, I actually know down the line of people somewhere in you know, I've heard so and so this person hooked up with both brothers. I've heard that in real life about people. Not that I'm particularly close with her in my world.
Hooking up is way different than like
but
dating.
No. Like hooked up with one brother and then started dating the other brother. You know, and even
a one time hookup, that's still weird.
Even still, I was like, damn, that's kind of weird.
It's
you know,
weird.
like I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, so of course, in real life, this would not fly. Like we'd be like, what on all ends, you know, and we'd probably, it's gone back and forth because I would say we'd probably feel more bad for Jeremiah, but at the same time, Belly dated Conrad before Jeremiah. So it's a whole back and forth, and we just got to throw real life out the window and think of this as just a book. It's just fantasy, and whatever way they can give us Belly and Conrad, we'll take. Now, currently, I'm in the phase of Belly should be with, like...
Wait, listen to this voicemail. I'll play another one in this because there's one just about Belly.
Okay.
Hey, Reed, Fran, and Noah. My message is not so much of a hot take, because I believe at this point it's probably public opinion from Belly and Team Jeremiah and Team Conrad and all that nonsense. I think at the end of the day, doesn't matter what team you're on, I really think we all just need to be not on Belly's team, or Isabel, or whatever stupid name you want to call her. If you rewatch the show, which I rewatched seasons 1 and 2 before season 3, read the books, all the things, and during my rewatch, it became very prevalent to me that Belly is maybe the most selfish person. Not only is she obviously sleeping with 2 brothers and making them basically hate each other during their mother's death, which is ridiculous, but she's made every situation about herself. The funeral about her, the memorial service, she had to announce that she was getting engaged. Every little thing, if you notice, you look back at her and she's like, oh, no, this is about me and my drama. It was even called out by her friend in the first season when she's like, you're not the heroine of the story. Like, there are other people that play here. And it was like hitting the nail on the head. It's exactly her problem. Everything is friggin', she's like the center of her own world, which is whatever, but it's so fucking annoying. And I've never hated the main character more than I hate Belly. And I'm just tired of people saying Team Jeremiah or Team Conrad. I'm team both of them to basically say, let's kind of bond together and leave Belly in the dust because she fucked up their family. Excuse me for language. Anyways, that's my rant.
You know what's it's so funny because people have been like, I really, really hope the ending of this isn't like Belly picks herself. But imagine the ending was Jeremiah and Conrad coming together and being like, fuck this girl. Like, she's laid us both. We're out.
That would be awesome.
That would, and that's not the ending we're going to get. And Belly is a problem. Like, Belly, you're right. Belly is super selfish. And she is all of these things. And I said this last week where I was like, I'm Team Conrad, but I think Conrad deserves better than Belly at this point. But I don't want this to end in a Belly picks herself way. We can't have that.
That's worst case scenario.
That's the worst, most biggest cop out. Oh, Belly, yes, Belly can be a strong, independent woman who also loves a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to end this
and
with
still want to go to the cousin's house.
Yeah, like Belly's like, I pick myself and I get the keys to the house.
Yeah.
But Belly can't. No, listen, I think what you're saying is very funny and Belly is a problem 100%. But most characters in books and shows like this are flawed and we do just still root for them for a reason because we become attached to them. I won't stand for the Belly chooses herself narrative though, because you can't sell me a storyline that Belly chooses herself when Belly's just been going back and forth between 2 brothers. Oh, you're going to tell me all of a sudden Belly chooses herself? No way. These men are on the forefront of her mind. So there's no way Belly's just going to go, I choose myself at the end of this. I know this wasn't the call, but that's what people are talking about.
I don't know how this ends because I don't know anything about the books or anything, but just from where we're at right now, like, if Belly breaks Jeremiah's heart or whatever and goes to Conrad and his dad hates him and loves Conrad, I feel like it might swing back to everyone feeling bad for Jeremiah.
I don't think anyone's going to feel bad for Jeremiah because everyone's rooting for Belly to cheat on Jeremiah in the next episode with Conrad.
I know,
people are they're going to be home together and
he might be annoying, but objectively it's this guy's fiance is going to cheat on her. His dad hates him. Everyone loves Conrad and now he has nothing.
Yeah. It would be sad for Jeremiah. I'd
be worried about him.
Yeah, I'd be like, wow, okay,
someone keep an eye on him.
Things got really shitty for Jeremiah here.
And he hasn't even graduated yet.
It would almost kind of have to be Jeremiah sees that there's still love between Conrad and Belly and is like, or Jeremiah has to cheat on Belly again. If Jeremiah cheats on Belly again.
Wait, did he say he cheated twice?
Yeah, if he cheats on Belly again, then you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, well, Belly needs to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Belly should already not be with Jeremiah.
We were on a break.
I think that's where it comes into Belly shouldn't be. And I think Conrad's going to find out about the cheating. And
what do you think he's going to do? Beat the shit out of Jeremiah?
Gosh, we're going to have the brothers fighting at cousins. It's the whole thing. So... listen, it's very messy, but that's why we watch.
Yeah.
It's why we are tuned in. Because...
but I think she is a good, villain. She's the villain of this story. tearing everyone
tearing
apart.
the family apart. It does remind me, though, and we didn't mention this last time, we forget the Vampire Diaries was also based around
I never watched
a girl
Sleeping
having
Brothers.
relationships with both brothers.
They were vampires.
Yes. But, that was...
It kind of feels like Twilight a little bit. They weren't brothers, but like
Right, but
she's like the problem. Like,
but it's...
pick one. Who would be Conrad out of I'm blanking on their names now, but Robert Pattinson and Taylor Lautner.
Robert Pattinson.
He's Conrad.
Conrad
he's
is
like
Robert, more mysterious.
Yeah, true.
Jeremiah, Jacob, more like golden retriever.
I'll always be Team Jacob, though. I don't care.
Watching it back, though, it was like Jacob was thirsty.
Yeah, but he literally, like, Robert Pattinson killed her, if you just think about it.
All right, moving along. Next voicemail.
Hey, Ria, Fran, and Noah. This is Kylie from Austin, Texas. I was just wondering if y'all had heard about the possibility of Tom Sandoval and his girlfriend joining the Valley next season. I actually don't really watch much Bravo TV, but I love hearing about it on y'all's podcast, and I just saw that he was possibly rumored to be on it soon, and I really honestly enjoyed him on Traitors. I, heard about Sandoval and kind of followed it a little bit and listened on the pod, and definitely, not the greatest guy, but between Traitors and just his recent podcasts and stories about going to therapy and everything, he's really kind of grown on me, and I'm just interested to see what y'all's thoughts are on this and if y'all would enjoy seeing him on your screen again. Anyways, love the pod. Thanks for making our day every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Thank you. I haven't heard these rumors, and I will never get to the point where I'm wanting more Tom Sandoval on my screen.
Did you not, though, when you were watching Traitors?
I thought he was very entertaining on Traitors, for sure. Game show style, he's an idiot, he's laughable, he's like the town fool, like that sort of thing.
But he would be, why would that be any different on this show? He'd
because
still be
this
an
is
idiot.
like his real life, and I don't care about his real life anymore.
Yeah.
I think he's an idiot, and on Traitors it was entertaining because they were like playing a game.
Yeah.
And it was funny to see the banter with that. I don't really care to see anything about his personal life anymore. So that's where I stand on that. You want to keep putting him on silly game shows where we can see how much of a fool he is and we can laugh at him. I'll be entertained. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on Special Forces, too.
It's not like people were watching Traitors going, like, liking Tom Sandoval because they thought he was, like, super funny. Because
it's
he's
a classic,
like,
we're laughing
because,
at you,
yes,
not with you.
yes. It's not like he was being funny and you were like, oh my God, he's actually a comedian. It's like, oh, he's so dumb that he's funny to laugh at. Which there is an avenue for that for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that wants to be Tom Sandoval's avenue, go for it. But I don't necessarily care about his personal life to be on the Valley,
Yeah.
And we might as well just have Vanderpump again. If Scheana and Brock are joining and then you have Tom Sandoval and his girlfriend, it's like, okay, well then we just have Vanderpump Rules,
Hi, Ria, Fran, and Noah, and Olive. So I don't know if you guys are on the side of TikTok that I am on right now, but I am glued to Justin Timberlake's world tour, which has turned into what looks like really bad karaoke. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but so Justin Timberlake is on stage doing the absolute least, like even less than the bare minimum. He's not even singing. He's just like pointing the mic into the crowd and like fumbling around on stage. It's awful. I cannot imagine paying to see him. And it just makes it that much funnier that this is the world tour that he was so concerned about when he got pulled over for his DUI. So just curious if you guys are seeing this. I would love to hear your thoughts. Bye, guys.
So this is timely because Justin Timberlake just revealed he has Lyme disease. And he said, this has been the most fun, emotional, gratifying, physically demanding, and at times grueling experience. If you've experienced this disease or know someone who has, then you're aware. Living with this can be relentlessly debilitating, both mentally and physically. Honestly, don't know what my future is on stage, but I always cherish this run and all of them before. It's been the stuff of legend for me. Now, before everyone starts going in to make fun of Justin Timberlake, Lyme disease is very serious. And it can really be like a silent killer to people, that deal with Lyme disease. And I think people make a lot of jokes when it comes to something like this because they can't maybe physically see, but there's a lot of things, Lyme disease can have so many effects on the body that, you never really know.
Definitely.
That what somebody with Lyme disease is dealing with. So people are quick to make fun of Justin Timberlake because Justin Timberlake's one of those people right now that is just getting...
Have you seen the videos?
I have seen the videos, but Justin Timberlake's just one of those people that's just right now in the media, he's just getting crushed. No matter what Justin Timberlake does, he's going to get crushed for it. People are going to make fun of him for it.
He did start singing. I saw after those videos started going viral, whatever his next show was, he was singing in the parts he wasn't singing in the last
and
one.
Now we're in this phase of making fun of Justin Timberlake, but Justin Timberlake has banger after banger.
I don't think anyone's debating that.
You're right. They're not debating it. I just feel like that need to be said.
Have you
that?
It's just
honestly,
ridiculous.
Right. You're paying for tour. You want to see him sing.
He puts the mic on the ground.
Yeah, and he's entertainer. But if he's struggling, then he's struggling.
If it's because of Lyme disease, then you feel bad. But I also feel like then maybe just cancel the tour.
Right, or maybe
he doesn't want this world tour to end. Nothing will stop this world tour.
Right, and
what goes around comes around. Great song.
I felt like you were about to make a joke there.
No, I wasn't.
I mean, he has banger after banger, and maybe when he signed up to do this tour, maybe he didn't realize what he was dealing with. And so I feel like people often now lack any sort of compassion when somebody's on the hate train or make fun of train.
It was before the Lyme disease, I think, most of them making fun of this.
Right. But now it's all right, he comes out, he says has Lyme disease and nobody believes him. But it's
Is that
why
what people are saying?
Yeah, I see people straight up
excuse?
think he's lying. And it's well, where's the compassion? Because I don't know Justin Timberlake. I don't believe Justin Timberlake's lying about having Lyme disease,
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I don't know. I don't know the extent of how it's affecting him.
So
did he think, you know what, maybe we announce I have Lyme disease now that I'm getting crushed? Yeah, obviously he did that.
Well, maybe because he's I'm really struggling and everyone's making fun of me, and maybe he wants to let people know why he's struggling.
Yeah, Lyme disease is rocking his body.
Oh my God. We'll move along.
I feel bad for him.
My
tough. Brother had Lyme disease. It's definitely a real thing. Yeah, the videos are funny though. They really
is
are.
awful, but I think sometimes people when somebody's just thrown into a hate train or whatever, everyone just jumps aboard it and then lacks compassion when somebody's going through something. So, if Justin wants to throw his mic out into the crowd, so be it. Don't buy tickets to a show, Truly Hard Seltzer is all about fun, light, refreshing variety in a bubbly, effervescent style to get you and your people in a lively party mood. I had some Trulies on the beach this past Saturday, and it was just delicious. Just sat back, dipped my toes in the sand, read my little book on my Kindle, and put back some Trulies, which was delicious. They're made with flavor, and all drinks are packed with fun, exciting flavors. They're made light and bubbly, easy drinking, refreshing. It was so refreshing to have on the beach, and they're also made to share. They come in the packs. You, your friend, your partner, whoever it is, you and a Truly together. It's just amazing. Grab Truly Hard Seltzer at your favorite store or bar, or visit www.trulyhardseltzer.com and use the Truly Finder to find it near you.
Hi, Ria, Fran, and Noah. This is Alyssa from Kansas, and my hot take is a bit of a fashion hot take. I think that we need to get rid of the cropped pant. Specifically the tight cropped leggings and the capris, the tight ones. I just think they're so ugly, and I think certain pants it looks okay, but especially the leggings, why, like, we stopped doing that years ago for a reason. Like, please no more of that. I'm sure if you guys have ever worn them, you look stunning and gorgeous, and I'm so sorry. But what are your guys' thoughts? Bye.
It takes a specific kind of person to pull off a crop pant, a capri. I wish I could pull off a capri. I think it looks super cute on some people. But if you got a fat ass and short legs like I do, the capri does not work. It does not work for us because I already have a problem with my legs looking short in the mirror when I look at them. Yeah, the capri, you're chopping off of another 5 inches of my legs, you know, and then it's just ass and ankle. And that's what I got. So I think cropped pants, capris can look very cute and stylish on maybe if you're a 6-foot model, you know. But us shorties, I don't think the crop pants are working. Maybe you are short and crop pants work for you. I've seen it happen. I've seen it done before. It's not like I've never seen it work for somebody. For me, unfortunately, things get eaten up in this area. Any type of pant, I'm pointing to my buttocks area. Any type of pant gets eaten up. Any type of swimsuit gets eaten up. Any type of underwear, it just gets sucked into my crack. And I'm sorry. And
Same.
yeah, you know you have the same problem. Us walking around with dumpies. We got a problem. And it then bunches up and makes it even shorter somehow. You know, I'll put on a pair of shorts. They fit. All of a sudden, I walk 4.5 steps. My ass crack has ate them up. So that's sort of the problem I'm dealing with. And I know others out there can relate, especially if you're on the shorter side. So yeah, I'm in agreement with you. But I do think there are people out there that can pull them off. And if you can pull them off, I'm very happy for you. I think you look gorgeous. I look stunning. I'll support you in all your endeavors if you can pull them off. Unfortunately for myself, I look at people wearing capris and a matching capri set that people sell these days. And I just dream, you know, I look out the window. I place my palm against it. I throw my eyes up and I go, if only I had a couple more inches on me, I'd be able to pull off that capri set. But I don't have that. I got to work with what I have. What I have is short legs and a fat ass. So moving on.
Ria, friend, I need a joint London trip from the two of you.
Yeah.
Because Ria loves London. She's been like 100 times since she went for the first time, like 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she just obviously she loves it, and I love that she loves it. But now I need to see a joint trip out of the two of you in London, picking it up together. I'm just waiting for it. So let me know.
Listen, we'll get there as a team. My goal for the next time that I go to London will be for work.
Really?
Like, I want to do something. Not like we'll film something there. You know what I mean?
But I feel like that has to be somewhat soon then, because I feel like you go every year. You know? So like otherwise, like you're going with Marty. I know. A little work and play. It would be nice to have a fall weekend, but we don't have any. We don't have any weekends open to do that. Well, what if our big thing falls through? Should we just go?
I'd totally do that. I totally would. So what?
But that doesn't fucking work for the list. That's my problem.
Oh, because you've been.
I've been. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, we could hit somewhere else. Just like stop by somewhere near there, another country.
Yeah, but that would be really nice. I would so do that. I really would. So we're kind of talking in tongues right now, but to explain more, on Noah's 30 before 30 list, one of the things was to go to a country that he's never been to before. A country reached out to Noah and with a very cool opportunity. Noah then brought this opportunity up to us and said, would you guys want to do it? Let's sweeten the pot here. I said, hell yes.
It's
I'm
not
in.
close.
It's very far. Very. But it would be awesome. So we're waiting for confirmation about that. It would be in October. Now, we have a tour coming up in the fall. We didn't announce that yet. That's a little tease right there. We have a booked and busy fall into winter. Honestly, we're pretty booked until like Christmas time. But we do have a 2-week leeway where we would potentially go to this place. But if that falls through, I'm willing. We just need to decide how we would have you been to France?
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, the only real ones in Europe are Spain, Portugal. Yeah, there's some other ones, but those are like the big ones
That you haven't been to.
that I haven't been to. I've been to like a lot because I was out
Have you
there
been to
for a while.
Scotland?
No, I haven't been to Scotland.
Right.
Went to Ireland, but
London. Could go to Scotland.
yeah, that's true. Right there.
In October sounds gorgeous.
Yeah, honestly, it does.
It does, yeah. Because I wouldn't be able to. I just did Spain. I did 3 spots in Spain, so I wouldn't jump aboard that. And Portugal, I am looking to do, so I wouldn't do that either.
Yeah.
But I would do Scotland and London.
Okay.
You never know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'd have to get Fran on board. We got to get everyone. She's not here. We're basically planning a trip that she has to sign on to as well.
Yeah.
But that could be fun. We film a little bit.
Yeah, that would be a great time.
We've never done
international.
we've never. We went to
Niagara.
Fiji.
Oh well, Fiji. Yeah.
But we've never done something labeled as out of the office. What if we did out of the office vlogs, traveling to different countries? Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Little vacation and work combination.
I love that.
Yeah, see new sites, but also have a new series, Chicks Out of the Office.
Yeah.
We've never, it's a play on words that is right in front of our face that we've never used before.
Why do I feel like we did once, but maybe not? Maybe we threw it around as an option.
The team is nodding. They're like, that sounds like a great idea. So yeah, we just came up with a new thing. Chicks Out of the Office. Find us in London.
So yeah, any other countries, reach out. My email's open.
Yeah, we should just start a series, Chicks Out of the Office, where we travel. It doesn't have to be different countries, but just travel to new places.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sounds exciting.
Even inside the U.S.
Yeah, could be anywhere. But we prefer
extravagant.
We prefer luxurious vacations.
Yeah. Like Mykonos if you're listening.
Yeah, right. Anybody out there? Italia.
Yeah. I would go back to Italy.
Yeah, I have never been to Italy, and because I feel as though Italy will be something I do with family at some point, or with just Matt. But there's so much I want to see in Italy. That's why I haven't gone yet.
Yeah, I only went to Rome and Florence.
Yeah, I would need the reason I haven't gone is I would need an extensive period of time because I don't even know. I don't know. I could see it happening in within the next year or so, but I don't know. There's so many places I want to see, but I'll go back to London legitimately anytime. It's like flying to California. It's a quick.
I said that to Trent. I said
it's like,
this flight is the same as we went to San Francisco. I could have been in London.
The last time I flew to London, it was 5 hours.
It was 6 hours to get to San Francisco.
Yeah, it was really fast. So we'll see. We shall see. All right, let's do one more.
Hey, Ria, Fran, and Noah. This is Sydney from Chicago. Love the podcast. I'm just calling because I'm getting married in October, and then my honeymoon is immediately after in Cabo. And I know Ria got the sugaring done instead of waxing. And I just want to know if you think it's worth it for the pain, because I think I remember you saying that the sugaring lasted longer than a wax. So I'm kind of thinking going sugaring since I'm going to be on the beach for 10 days right after my wedding. But I just want to know if it's worth the pain because don't know. Okay, love you guys. Bye.
For 10 days, do the wax. The wax will last you for that. The sugaring hurt so fucking bad, but there are people out there that said sugaring hurt less for them. I really think it's a personal preference. Now it's August. You're getting married in October, honeymoon right after. I think you have time to test if you do waxing, keep doing waxing. Like, don't switch to sugaring. I think waxing, you'd be perfectly fine for 10 days on the beach, you know? Especially, you're with your husband. Who can, you know what I mean? Couple hairs pop out. What's he going to do? Nothing, you know?
I'm on a divorce.
Yeah, like, it's a couple, you know? Frick. It's like, on your honeymoon, you don't give a shit about anything. You could lay out there a spread eagle bush wide open, and you'd be having the time of your life. So I think I wouldn't sugar. Like, I think it hurts so bad that I would just stick to waxing. That would be my advice. Yeah. You know, why try something? Like, when I did sugaring, it was all the way back in February. And it did last a while. But then not all the way back, I guess it's kind of the same time. And my wedding was at the end of April. So I'm going back and forth here because it did last. Now I'm thinking about it did last a long time. But with that amount of days, go waxing. Go waxing. I'm locking it in. Go waxing. And that wraps up today's Pop Corner. Thank you very much for calling in. And if you want to call in and leave voicemails, hot takes, opinions, we will post the number on our Instagram where you can find it. Love you guys. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. The best show on earth. Also, today known as the Noah and Ria Show. Thank you very much for watching, listening. We will be back on Friday. Hopefully, Fran will be feeling a lot better. She's got the sickness that's going around New York City. And we hope that she recovers. And we will be back on Friday. Love you guys.
Yeah, Chicks in the Office. Long-time listener. First-time caller.
Look at the charts, who does it the best? 2 chicks getting paid in reality checks. You can find them at the gym, it's not even